Just like that, we are right back up in that ass.
Back in that ass.
With episode 19. That's EP 19. Dewayne, speak the fuck up. Of the $1 Million Dream $20 Budget podcast.
Just because I didn't spike it. Yeah.
Brought to you by the boys of GHB. Let me redo that because I'm feeling my broadcaster voice today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the $1 Million Dream $20 Budget podcast brought to you by the boys of GHB on behalf of Gang Life Music, Never Stop Records, and GHB Productions. Welcome to the show. As always, you've got myself, Jake LeMaster, along for the ride with my co-host, Dewayne Brutcher.
Hey, hey.
The ginger in the corner. Literally, his chair is like over in a corner, and he's a ginger. So he's the ginger in the corner. What up, Dewayne? Long time no see, buddy. I ain't seen you in like, what?
3 days?
48 hours? God dang. Angle your mic down some, because you're pointing at your upper lip again. Just grab the end of it. Like the back end of it. Yeah. Boom.
There we go.
What's up? You still ain't talking very loud.
I know. I'm just trying to. There we go. Hey. I'll spike it here eventually.
Yeah, go for it. I don't give a fuck.
All right.
What you got? Dewayne came in strong today. Like, yo, I got some topics. Yo, it's fucking dark in here. I'm about to turn the light
off. Well, I'm going to start with the light one that we talked about before.
We probably should start with a fucking light.
So, we talked about sequels before. How dumb Hollywood is. Yeah, you might want to flip your switch. So, guess what starts filming this summer?
The Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
No.
Oh.
I ain't ready into that one
that
too much
does.
yet. Is
what?
it this summer?
It's starting soon. I'm not positive. So what starts this summer, D-Wizzle?
Space Jam 2.
Fuck off!
LeBron confirms filming to start this summer.
Hey, LeBron, look, I'm going to talk right to you. You can even add him in the comment section at King James. Look, man, you're a phenomenal basketball player.
All right there, Nemo.
Okay? You are a amazing athlete. You are a amazing human specimen. You are, however, not your airness. You are not Michael Jordan, LeBron. You're not. You are not Michael fucking Jordan, okay? You ain't out here. You ain't been kicking it with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and Porky the motherfucking Pig since way back, man. Fuck off. Fuck
Don't
Space
forget
Jam
Tweety.
2. Fuck Tweety. Fuck all of them, man. No Space Jam 2. I'm boycotting it. I'm starting a goddamn, what's that thing that everybody signs and passes around? A doobie? Never mind. A petition, not a joint. My bad. Man, fuck Space Jam 2. Fuck LeBron. You are not Michael Jordan. You are just trying to be Michael. Well, how can I be Michael Jordan? Let's do a movie with fucking cartoon characters and call it Space Jam 2. You are a direct dick rider of Michael Jordan. Here's how you become Michael Jordan. You win more motherfucking championships than Michael Jordan. Jordan showed up to get some pussy 6 times and got pussy 6 times. You showed up to get pussy 9 times and you only got pussy 5 times or 4 times, whatever. You're not Mike. You aren't Mike. I apologize for that rant, folks. But LeBron, you ain't Mike, bro.
Watch him retire and then come back.
You ain't Mike, bro.
Watch him go try to do another sport, then come back.
He's going to go play football for the Browns. I don't think he's allowed in Cleveland anymore. Look,
never know.
I'm not saying that, hey, LeBron is a phenomenal player. He's a phenomenal athlete. He is an amazing human specimen with what he can do at his size and weight. But you're not Mike. Get off of that man's dick. I get it. He's your idol. He's my idol too. But I'm white and have hair. How long until you shave your head, LeBron? Your hairline's already receding so fucking bad.
And somehow it comes back.
It's called Sharpie, son. This man's out here Sharpieing his hairline. Man. Long story short, LeBron, you're not Mike. Get off of Mike's dick. Do not do Space Jam 2 because people are clowning you at this point. People are clowning on you at this point. He wants to be Mike so bad. What are you going to do with Space? How are you going to do Space Jam 2?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, man. Like,
fuck LeBron.
There's going to be some whack-ass storyline. just like Hollywood does with everything. All these damn reboots and sequels, they change the storyline up. Hey, I watched that new Robin Hood last night, and I wasn't mad at it. Like, it wasn't the greatest.
I watched a porno once
But I
called
wasn't mad at
Robin
it.
in the Hood.
Yeah. But, you know, like, because, like, when I remember last year when they first showed the trailer for it, I'm like,
Of what,
another-
Robin Hood
yeah,
or we at Space
Robin
Jam?
Hood.
Okay, yeah, let's get off Space Jam,
Yeah.
man.
after your little rant, let's get off of it.
Fuck LeBron.
So I was like,
Dwayne Jordan.
another fucking Robin Hood. You already got Robin Hood Men in Tights. You got the Robin Hood with fucking Kevin Costner.
You've
Robin
got
Hood,
Robin Hood with the
Disney.
Three Stooges, which was awesome.
Then you got Robin Hood with fucking Kurt Russell. I think that's who it was. No, it wasn't Kurt Russell. It's fucking. It's fuck.
Ollie Shore.
No, who was the dude that played in Gladiator? Russell Crowe.
Russell.
So I had the Russell part.
I never fucking mind.
My bad. So I mean that was good though, because that was like the true story of Robin Hood in a way.
Pretty much Robin Hood, the real story. Robin Hood was
No,
kind of a dickhead.
Man, but you know the new one's got the dude that played in Kingsman.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It got old Jamie Foxx in it and shit, dude, playing fucking Little John.
Hey, I would like to take a brief pause and send a shout out to the great Zach Harris. You heard him on a Christmas episode. I had to go to the shop this morning. Got me all lined up, looking fresh and shit. Go find him at Zach Attacks on Instagram. Holler at your boy. Get a haircut.
See you in a couple weeks.
Tell him we sent you. And he ain't going to give you nothing, but you can tell him we sent you. All right, anyway, back to Robin
But,
Hood.
you know, I wasn't mad at it. But me and Elena were talking about it the other day.
You know what I
With
am
Disney
mad at?
doing all these live action films, they
Yeah.
better not do a live action Robin Hood.
They already have, bro. What are you talking? Not Disney specifically.
I'm talking about Disney. Like, Disney's redoing the original classics and the live
right,
action.
right.
Don't do a Robin Hood.
Hey,
There's too many of them out there.
let's talk about this. Will Smith as Genie. Speaking of live action in Disney.
I read into it, dude. He's trying to make it. He knows he can't live up to Robin Williams. He already
can't.
He already admitted to it, but he's going.
R.I.P. Robbie.
But he's going to try and make it into his own. You know,
But you can't though. How can you?
he's making it a cross between Hitch and I forgot the other one. Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince and Hitch is the cross between what he's trying to do with this genie.
See, but here's the thing though. Here's my thing on that. Aladdin, classic. Jasmine for a cartoon, she probably could have got it. If you could fuck a cartoon chick, which one would you pick?
Probably would be Jasmine.
Jessica Rabbit.
Just saying, Jasmine probably, you know, for a cartoon. Yeah, and that's the problem. That's one thing me and Lane talked about too. The girl that's playing Jasmine in this live action film
Never mind.
doesn't live up to the way Jasmine looked in the cartoon.
Like when you
She played the fucking Pink Ranger in the new Power Rangers movie.
It's like when you see the lady that voices Lois Griffin, all of a sudden you're like, oh, huh, maybe not. She might have fallen off of the cartoon chick list. But that's the thing, though. It's an iconic movie. Genie is an iconic character. How can you recharacterize something that iconic?
Honestly, what they should have done is try to stay as close to the original script as they could and just fucking use Robin Williams and just CGI'd it that
Voiced
way.
it over.
Yeah. But there's
Yeah,
but you
it
know,
wouldn't
here's
have
another
worked.
thing too. After he passed away, they got enough Robin Williams shit to do another Genie like Aladdin movie.
Yeah, I know.
But-
they have enough outtakes.
but
and
in the
changed
contract,
scripts.
he made it in the contract that they can't do anything with it for so many years after his death. I think it was like some godly like 25, 30 years.
After his death?
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah, like it. I don't know why, but that I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read that one time, and I'm just like, good God.
R.I.P. Robbie.
But
you didn't have to do that, bro.
and it's another thing too that me and Lane talked about with it was today's generation ain't gonna really know Robin Williams Genie.
And I mean, you got to think about it. You know, we're sitting here bitching about Will Smith playing Genie. It's like, look, this movie is for the kids. We're not kids anymore,
Yeah.
bro.
You know, unless parents raise their kids right and show them the original Disney movies, they're gonna know
Hey.
nothing but these new live action ones and Moana and Frozen and whatever the fuck else. Moana.
What the fuck is that?
Hawaiian movie. It's got The Rock in it.
Lilo and Stitch?
but I think it's Hawaiian. I don't know. She lives off some island. It's pretty.
Samoan?
It's not bad, man.
Samoa, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember. I have to rewatch it. But it's got The Rock in it. It's not a bad movie.
Word.
But, that's the thing with these new Disney movies. Today's generation isn't going to know the cartoons unless their parents show them, like I plan to do with my kid.
Ain't nothing like the classics,
my
bro.
My kid's gonna watch Mufasa die in the cartoon and live action.
R.I.P. Mufasa.
I mean, I'm already doing the Lion King themed bedroom. My kid gonna know about the Lion King. So,
True.
but it's just something like we talked about it, how Hollywood's running ideas, doing all these remakes and reboots and sequels and blah blah blah. You already got too many movies of the same out there. Like, all right, so they plan on doing another live action Sword in the Stone.
What, like the Excalibur?
Yeah, there's so many.
Lancelot?
There's so many fucking movies out there that already involve King Arthur and Excalibur, and it's their version. Blah blah blah. I get
their
it.
interpretation.
Yeah, but you just had the one with the dude from Sons of Anarchy come out, which wasn't bad. Then you got the ones in the past. It's like,
here's my interpretation.
so many of them. King Arthur's it's just a story you run off of too much.
I found a pocket knife in a pile of gravel once. All right, this is our version. We're going to find a pocket knife in a pile of gravel, okay?
Right.
You with me so far?
Yeah.
Next to a used syringe and a broken condom, and it's got blood on it. And there's a leather glove. Leading role, O.J. Simpson. What's up?
Damn.
I was talking to somebody the other day. They're like, man, prison must have reformed him. I ain't heard nothing from him since he got out. I'm like, yeah, all he's doing is cocaine and white women. OJ's quiet right now. Wait till he runs out of coke and another white lady shows up dead.
Damn.
All right. If you call a woman fat, it's fat shaming. Oh, she's not fat. She's beautiful just how she is. How come if you call a dude fat, that's okay? Why is that not fat shaming? Why is that fat dude not? Why is nobody coming to his defense? He's not fat. He's beautiful. Why is it only fat shaming if you're calling a chick fat?
Because girls are more sensitive than guys. We just shrug it off and laugh.
Dewayne, you're pretty fucking sensitive.
Call me fat. Cool. I know I'm fat.
You're not fat. You're just picking up some baby weight right now.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. I ain't even holding it against you. But no, I'm talking. But why? Okay, she's perfect just the way she is. She's probably got fucking high cholesterol and diabetes. Maybe you should offer some medical help. Do you ever think of that? Maybe. I'm not fat shaming anybody. If you're fat, fine. But, hey, that's not exactly.
Some people have medical issues where they can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Diabetes. It's hard to lose weight when you're
thyroid
diabetic.
disorders, shit like that. I get that. I get that. But and I'm like I said, I'm not fat shaming anybody. I just think it's fucked up how you can call a guy fat and it's fine. You call a woman fat, it's fat shaming. Oh, they're beautiful. They should stay just the way they are. All right. Well, if there's not a medical thing, if there's not a medical disposition, diabetes, thyroid disorder, whatever the case may be, put down the sugar cookie and pick up celery. Being fat isn't exactly healthy for you. That's my point of the whole thing.
Eat you a nice little salad. Just don't use iceberg lettuce. Go get you some dark green leafy spinach spring mix.
I'm not saying run your toothbrush down your throat and just barf it all out. I'm not suggesting an eating disorder, but what I am saying though, it's not fat shaming if it's a guy. Why do we get the short end of the stick on everything?
Just how it goes.
It's not right, man.
It's not right, but that's how it goes. It's just like all kinds of other stuff. Like you say anything about, a woman can't do this job or this and that. It's all sexist. It all comes back to
bitches can be like,
it's not equality.
He's short. I only like tall guys. And I'd be like, well, she's fat. I only like skinny chicks. He's evil. So what? Dewayne's only 5'9". Depending on what convenience store or late night fast food spot we walk out of, he might be 5'10". Because he ain't 6 foot, bitches can be like, well, he's kind of short. I don't like, and that's okay. But I'm like, she's kind of a blubbery beached porpoise. I'm not really into that. she is beautiful just the way she is. You're an evil person and fat shaming her. No, I'm just saying, eat a fucking carrot or just eat less. We didn't get flagged last week, so I had to make sure we do this
I was
week.
gonna say, where'd that come from? I'm shocked we didn't get flagged.
We broke the mold of getting flagged last week. I got another one for you. This is a good thought. All right, you see a dog. You think, oh, it's a dog.
Cute puppy.
Do you think of what color that dog is?
No.
You see a cat. You're like, oh, it's a cat. Do you think of what color that cat is?
Nope.
Now, sometimes you'll be like, oh, wow, that dog has a really pretty coat. But majority of the time, you think of a dog as a dog, a cat as a cat. You don't. So why are human beings so caught up in color? Again, when you break it down scientifically, it sounds fucking stupid because in retrospect, we hate each other because of where our ancestors are from in relation to sun exposure. Obviously, Dewayne's relatives grew up in a cloudy motherfucking area, probably like Seattle or Nova Scotia or something.
I'm a pasty motherfucker.
And, you know, my boy...
What sucks is I got Cherokee in me.
Not a lie.
Nah, I ain't got none at all because that shit don't help when I go out in the sun.
I mean, and then, you know, one of my best friends, he's a little darker. His family is from somewhere where it was sunny more often. So we hate each other because of sun. But my point is, it's not about race. I think racism's stupid. I think I pretty much said that last week.
Say it all the time.
But why do we look at a person and be like, it's a white guy. It's a black dude. It's an Indian chick. You know, all right.
Because pets are all cute and cuddly.
I know,
and
you're
humans
ugly.
Aren't.
But my point is, at the end of the day, we're still a breed of animal. Are we not?
You put me next to an ugly-ass pug, and you're still going to think the pug's cute.
True. Because Dewayne is like a tree stump mixed with a dish
me next
towel.
To a poodle. Or,
He is one generation away from being a tree stump.
One dog's ugly as some schnauzers, man.
No, but my point is this. Human, Homo sapien, is a breed of animal. Why do we look at ourselves by color versus, you know, it's a person, it's a breed?
That's how we are.
And it's fucked up and it's stupid. And you know what? I think personally...
Why don't people look at dogs being used as slaves and everything else? Think about when you train a dog.
You're teaching that dog to do what you want, how you want it to. I did not teach my dog to barge in while I'm sitting on the toilet shitting.
Just saying, you know, you got people out there who use dogs for certain, like, you know, Alaska using
Working
them for dog sleds and shit like that. I mean,
I'm just saying my dog is fucking smart.
Is that their job, or are they just your slave? Think about it.
You're not paying it, you're just feeding it.
Yeah.
He puts his body weight up against the door and then bites at the fucking knob until that latch kicks and his weight's already against the door, so he just thuds through the door, and I'm sitting on the toilet shitting, and he just lays down. I'm like, well, all right. But here's my next part of that. Why do we have to disclose what we are on all these forms? White, black, who's keeping these stats and for what reason? I think
be like one of those census things or whatever.
I know, but no, it's on everything. Even standardized testing in schools.
They're talking about taking.
They need to take that away.
They're talking about taking like sex and shit off of them.
Okay, all right, look, that makes a little more sense. Male or female, we do have a few different organs. Example, dick or a vagina. Obviously, you need to know as a doctor if you're going to be working with the pole or the hole.
Yeah.
There are some medical differences, so that makes sense.
Well, but sometimes race does make a difference when it comes to that, though. Because... Like, was it sickle cell's the main thing?
Right.
It's mainly under African American.
Okay, but why do they have to do that on a standardized test for school?
Oh, yeah, all that stuff's just stupid.
Why do I have to do it
when it comes to medical? Yeah.
Why do I have to do it for insurance?
But they're talking about taking sex off because of the whole
fuck you
multiple gender bullshit. But
I'm just saying, I think every person that has to fill something out that asks for ethnicity, we should all just mark other.
I mean, I agree. I never even thought about it.
Technically, I'm
Because-
Caucasian, but I'm Italian.
I mean, I never
I'm
thought about it.
Irish.
When we were in school, you don't think about it. And plus,
you're
race
pretty
wasn't-
much just white.
Yeah, race wasn't that big of an issue, it feels like, when we were in school.
No, that's
But I
what
get
made
it.
me think
Cause
about it.
But that's the thing, too. They'll turn around and be like, oh, well, we had this many African Americans or Hispanics score this high in this subject in this school. Blah, blah, blah. Why does it matter?
Why?
Because everybody should be learning and doing the same thing.
Can you tell me why?
Because then that's when they'll fall back on race being an issue. Like, oh, well, apparently they're neglecting these people because they scored lower. This race scored lower, blah, 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 or something
right.
stupid. They'll find some way to
So,
make one race out to be dumber or smarter than the
White
other.
teacher has a black student that scores subpar on the test. Well, they must not be focusing as much on the African American group of children as they are the cracker kids. Well, what happens when you put that, say you put that African American student in an African American teacher's class and they still score below par? Or if you have a white kid in a black teacher's class and they score below par, well, they're not paying attention to the whiteys. But then you put that white kid in a white teacher's class and they still score below par. Do you ever think that maybe a student just doesn't fucking care enough?
Yeah.
How about
Really?
that? Why do we not look at that? Why do we not look at the fact that maybe this kid just doesn't want to do their shit? It has nothing to do with race.
When I was in
Everything
school-
boils down to race.
When I was in school, shit,
You were dumb.
they were all the teachers were the same to everybody, regardless of color.
But
And-
apparently there's some they're suggesting there's subconscious ethnical preference. I am one teacher in a class of 35 kids, so
I can't be picking on one person
Right.
throughout the entire thing.
We need to come to the realization.
Obviously, all these other kids are learning. This one's not. There's not my problem.
We need to
It
come
is, but isn't.
to this realization that some people are just dumb. There is nothing you can do. In the words of the great Ron White, you can't fix stupid. Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take you to church today, folks. Some people are just meant to be dumb. You have some kids that are just meant to be smart, and it don't matter, white teacher, black teacher, Asian teacher. They are going to excel beyond. And then you've got some kids that are just dumb. And it don't matter, white teacher, black teacher, Asian teacher. They are just going to be dumb. Case in point, my co-host, Dewayne Brecher.
Man, it goes from broadcasting to being a fucking preacher.
Can I get a
You
hallelujah?
definitely getting struck by lightning.
No hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Thank you. All right.
Hallelujah.
All right. You know, I was listening to my boy, Mr. Dustin Tucker, and Will Walk's podcast, the Speaking Easy podcast. Go check them out on all platforms, including iHeartRadio. I was listening to their shit last week, man, and they was talking. My boy Tuck had ordered a couple of packs of the Garbage Pail Kid cards, and they were talking about baseball cards and shit. Man, it took me back to my childhood. I sent him over a picture of my rookie Michael Jordan baseball card. And what you know about that? Motherfuckers know about the rookie Jordan basketball
I
card.
never collected cards.
I've got the motherfucking baseball card.
I never collected cards. I got a Stephon LaFour's rookie card. See how long that lasted.
It took me back, man. It made me think how quickly life changes. I can remember just cruising down the block on my big wheel.
Speaking of baseball, did you see that Manny Machado
Yeah,
contract?
signed a 10-year, $300 million deal to the Padres.
Yeah.
So I'll see
Fucking-
Manny in St. Louis April the 4th.
Fucking ridiculous, man.
Man.
$300 million over 10 years.
Yeah, do the math on it, though. I mean, it's not... is it-
$30 million a year.
Yeah, I know, dog.
That's
That's
still nice.
Yo. Do you see that little Yankees saying, good, I didn't want him in New York.
Baseball players don't. I mean, they make good money, but they don't make as much as other sports.
I remember
typically.
when Albert Pujols left St. Louis and signed a 10-year, $230 million deal with the Anaheim Angels, which are now the L.A. Angels. And everybody was like, oh my God, that contract is on reach hard. Well, this one is $70 million more. Hey, and I won't lie, Manny Machado's a motherfucker, dude.
Oh, he is.
He's an amazing player. But Dewayne, I'm taking it back to this, though. What was your fondest childhood memory? What was your favorite thing to do as a kid?
I don't even know, man.
What brought you more joy than anything else?
I think just going outside and play with my friends back when it was safe to do.
Back when it was safe, man.
Everybody meet up at the little power thing and
we met at the
chill
stop sign.
You know, we get together. Like I grew up in some apartments in the back court, so we always had a nice little field in the middle. We all go back there, play kickball or something, play football, and then we had one spot of the road that was actually paved smoothly. So when, you know, everybody got the scooters when they
Roller
first got
hockey.
big, and yeah, you had roller skates and then fucking scooters come out. So we all go down to what we called the smooth part and set it up. We even set up a little ramp for bikes and shit down there because they had a little flower spot on the corner. That shit was fun. I remember one time, guy, he was about 10 years old. He golfed apparently. It was before I got into golf. But we got back in that field and he hit a golf ball and broke somebody's window.
Sweet. Me and Zach were ruthless when we was kids. We'd be out there playing fucking roller hockey and straight shoulder checking each other in the middle of the street. We were hardcore, man.
Best part was when it snowed, dude, and all the kids come out and we all had some massive snowball fights, dude.
Fuck yeah. I made an igloo once. It collapsed.
We tried. It didn't work either.
So shout out to the motherfucking Eskimoan people. They built them good enough to have a goddamn fire in it.
Right.
I just wanted to take a little trip down memory lane. I miss being a kid. Razor scooters,
One thing
Goosebump books. You remember those?
Oh,
Goosebumps
man.
were awesome. I thought I was the shit. I'd
They
read
made
Goosebumps.
they had the TV show movies or whatever. Oh, these new ones suck.
I was reading Goosebumps before bedtime thinking I was a hard ass.
Bernstein Bears,
Bernstein.
whatever.
Hey, did you hear that Nickelodeon's remaking Are
All
You
That.
Afraid of the Dark?
I know they're doing all that.
Yeah, they're doing Are You Afraid of the Dark, too?
And you bring back them little fucking Goose shows, man. Little Temple show or whatever. Remember all that?
What? Oh, yeah.
Slime, Nickelodeon Slime
No,
or some shit.
they
need to
brought
bring
one
those
of those
back.
game shows back. Fuck, I can't think of what it is, where they had to do the obstacle, like go digging up a giant nose looking for a flag or whatever it was. I know which one you're talking about with the big ass rock face. It was like kids' version of fucking American Gladiators, essentially.
That shit was fun to watch.
Hey, American Gladiators was hardcore. I'm just saying, though, nothing tops 90s wrestling.
Nope.
Nothing.
WWF.
Man,
Not
the
the
Attitude
WWE.
Era. Hey, WCW was hardcore, too.
DMX is getting into the Hall of Fame.
Of what? DMX?
Or not DMX. Whatever. What the fuck?
DDP?
No. What's the wrestling thing with Triple H?
DX.
DX. Well, I don't know why I'm thinking DMX.
D-Generation
The
X.
D-Generation X is getting into the Hall of Fame for wrestling.
They should. I mean, I don't know.
Seen that a while back.
Everybody talks about X-Pac, Road Dogg. I'm like, you all don't remember X-Pac when he was the 1, 2, 3 kid? Man, he was a baby. He was like 20 years old when
Everybody
he first
just remembers
came in.
X-Pac for China
Fucking
sex tape.
China. I'm just saying, though, greatest heavyweight champ of all time. Of all time. I don't care what you say. He was a beer-drinking, cussing, all-American. He go by the name Stone Cold Steve Austin. Greatest champ of all time.
He was my favorite wrestler growing up.
Greatest champ of all time. Sorry, Dewayne Johnson. It was the motherfucking man. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But those were the greatest wrestling matches ever growing up.
Fuck
Watching those
yeah.
two go at it, oh, they were awesome.
I watched it even before that,
You
man.
know you're a beast when you come out in a fucking beer truck and just spray your boss in
Hose him
everything.
down. Did you ever see when JBL tried to challenge Austin to a beer drinking contest?
Yeah.
He was just dumping it down the front of him. Stone Cold, kick him in the stomach, hit him with the stunner. I'm like, shit, yeah, man.
That's another good memory, man.
I'd be out there back flipping off the couch. I broke the arm of my parents' couch once. They got mad at me because I'm
broke
over
my
here
bed.
trying to. I did a fucking frog splash onto a stuffed animal, and that motherfucker just broke. I ate
did
straight
that.
shit.
I had this old bunk bed, but we didn't have them together, and had a little bookshelf for the headboard. And my brother had this big ass, probably like 3 foot Winnie the Pooh. So I fucking swanton bombed that motherfucker and fucking broke the 2x4 along the side. My parents were downstairs and come running up, and I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling for a while. They cut me off.
I would. My mom. I remember my mom cut me off from wrestling when the whole Attitude Era came, and then they just pretty much quit giving a shit for a while. And The Rock was arguing with the whole DX group, and he was like, Triple H, you're a man. I know you got balls. China, I know you got something. My mom was like, oh. You
That was
can't
back
watch.
when-
Well, she wouldn't let me watch WWF for a while because of that. But WCW at that
I
point was
hated
onto their
WCW.
corny gimmicks. Dude, fuck you. You had the NWO. You had Hollywood Hogan. Sting.
No.
Come on. Sting was
one of my greatest one thing I loved growing up doing
Sting
was when
is
my
still one of my
grandparents
favorite
when my
wrestlers.
grandparents got me, I'd stay up and watch wrestling with my grandpa.
right.
And we'd always swap back and forth between WWF and WCW.
Monday Night Nitro and Monday
Yeah.
Night Raw.
So we always stayed on Raw because we just went to Nitro for the commercials.
See,
Because he was the same way. He didn't like WCW that much, and when they combined, it made it better. But
there for a while, WCW.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You had Big Papa Pump. I
Buff
like Sting,
Bagwell.
Goldberg, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, you had all them.
I mean, there for a while, IMO.
But
Oh, I figured out you could add an H to that, and it makes it, in my honest opinion,
oh shit,
IMHO. There for a while, WCW had a better lineup than the WWF.
it was
Because
short.
Vince McMahon was fucking everybody around on contracts, doing all kinds of these stupid ass gimmicks. And I mean, at one point, WCW had Goldberg, had Hulk Hogan, Steve Nash, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. How many steroids you think that man did?
A lot.
You had Sting. You had Chris Benoit.
Didn't the Dudley Boys start on WCW?
No, they were always WWF, I think.
I can't remember.
But it's hard
Everybody
to keep.
kept swapping, so it's hard to keep track. Back
See, it's
then.
hard to keep up, though, because in that era, in that 90s era, you had people switching gimmicks so much. So who was the Dudley Boys before they were the Dudley Boys? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you got people like fucking
Mankind,
yeah,
who before was
Cactus
that Cactus
Jack,
Jack, Dude Love. Jake the Snake
Jake the
always
Snake's
stayed
somebody
the
else,
same. But you had Mankind.
He always-
Mick Foley alone was Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and Mankind.
and he was the toughest motherfucker
Dude,
ever.
You know when that Hell in the Cell match against the Undertaker, when Undertaker chokeslammed him on top of the cage and he fell through, that cage wasn't supposed to give way.
Yeah,
That almost killed his ass. They legitimately ringside workers like jumped in the ring. They legit thought that he had just gotten killed. And this bad motherfucker just keep on going until he got chokeslammed onto some thumbtacks. Back when they used to razor themselves.
and then back then, you obviously knew. Well, when you're a kid, you don't think wrestling's fake.
No, fuck no.
But everybody tell you it's fake. But the storylines were so good that you couldn't
Now
tell.
they're
Now they
garbage.
suck.
Garbage.
One of my I remember watching the whole. Do you remember when Triple H drugged Stephanie?
Yeah,
And fucking took her to the little drive-through and everything, and fucking went and got married and all that shit. Remember all that?
Yeah.
Like, I remember that shit was funny. Like, you're just sitting there thinking, like, damn, he's fucked up. But they were actually legit, I think, married at the time in real
They're
life.
legit married now.
I don't know if I didn't know if they're still
Yeah.
married or not.
Triple H is.
But
I don't
yeah,
even know if he
but back
wrestles
then, that's when
anymore.
it's-
He's one of the top dogs of the company now.
But back then, that's when, you had stupid, crazy little shit like that, and you're like, what the fuck is going
Stephanie
on?
McMahon's kind of ugly.
Then you had fucking, who was it? China got smacked in the face by that little rocket launcher type shit. You remember that?
No.
Damn, that shit was fun too.
Man, I was a WCW kid growing up.
Kane was probably one of my favorite wrestlers besides Stone Cold growing up. And dude, I don't know what, like, when they took his mask off, that was when I hated wrestling.
They should have left Kane the way Kane was.
He's got his mask back on if he's still wrestling. I don't know if he's still wrestling anymore
There
with him
for
being
a-
a governor or whatever he is now.
There for a while,
But-
he was something big, some big wig on on the show. But walking out to the ring in suits.
But, that's the thing. Like, when they took his mask off, I'm like, why? It's like taking Rey Mysterio's mask off. You're just changing everything.
Rey Mysterio, he was, a real luchador.
Yeah.
And when he went to the WCW and they made him take his mask off, like, he hated it because it was breaking his rule. It was breaking, like, that sacred rule of born and raised luchador type shit.
The same thing when we went WWF. They always kept trying to fucking take his mask off and shit.
Once he got to the WWF, he kept his mask.
He kept it, but I'm saying they kept trying to take it off.
What, during matches?
Yeah, like he would lose and they would try to take it off of him.
Yeah, because it's a disrespect to his culture, which I think's fucked up. Like, that's that man's culture. Let him run. You got a motherfucker running around. I can't even remember his name. It was like 94, 95, running around as a wrestler, as a minotaur. Like, straight up wearing a whole upper body costume of a fucking bull. Like, you can have that, but you can't let this little bitty dude keep his fucking mask on for the culture. Bitches.
Wrestling was great, man.
I know.
I'm like Road Dogg, Jesse James, probably one of my favorites. Badass Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
Who was that little sexy dude? Val
Venus.
Val Venus.
You pretty much just called a dude sexy.
No, I didn't mean it like that, asshole. He come out and I don't know, but
Gangrel
was a creepy motherfucker.
Yeah.
And God,
man, the glory days.
The time when Owen Hart died, my grandpa's got that recorded on VHS. I don't know if he still has it, but he did.
When he had fell.
He had that pay-per-view recorded.
I don't know, man. I tried to watch wrestling a few months ago, and I'm like,
my grandpa still does.
I can't get into it, bro. It's a goddamn soap opera now. And again, it's like anything. It's just times changes, cultures changes, shit changes. I want to see Stone Cold stunner somebody.
But he can't.
No. He doesn't even wrestle anymore.
Yeah.
But my point is, when I sit down and I try to watch wrestling, I want to see Sting swing in from the rafters and bust somebody in the head with a Louisville Slugger.
Blame Bret Hart for Stone
Sting
Cold.
still did that. No, it wasn't Bret Hart.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was Owen Hart.
No, Bret Hart did it.
That botched the
suplex,
pile driver.
Or pile driver, suplex, whatever it's called. Pile driver, yeah.
Where his neck was too far forward.
Yeah, because they normally go down to the knees, but he always went to his ass. Yeah, it was Bret Hart.
I was watching a video the other day. For some reason, I don't think it was. I'm going to take over the Googler.
Google it. Yeah, it's Bret Hart, bro.
I don't know, for some reason.
Because they were even talking about it. Because they talk when they wrestle.
Yeah.
They'll, try to remember what to do and let them know what they're about to do. Yeah, that's Bret Hart, bro. Stone Cold.
I know he got hurt a few times, but the original one that really questioned whether he was going to be able to.
It was Bret Hart. He still wrestled after it, but he had to kind
of wrestled for a long time afterwards.
He had to lay off because that really fucked his neck up.
And you got to think about how bad the Stone Cold Stunner, the effects that it put on him. Every time he did that, he takes a straight jar to the tailbone. Who was it that hurt Stone Cold?
He has fucking Vince McMahon's famous...
The botch that almost broke his neck. All right, that's cool, but who was it, fucker?
It should have been Bret Hart. I'm about damn near 100% positive it was Bret Hart.
SummerSlam 97, almost paralyzed. Well, I can tell you right now that it wasn't based off of the costume. The blue blazer, Owen Hart. I told you, bitch. The infamous botch, which resulted in a bruised spinal column and temporary paralysis for Austin and the blue blazer, Owen Hart.
The fuck?
Told you. It was one of the Hart boys, but I knew it wasn't Bret Hart.
I know Bret Hart must have done the same thing to him one time.
Owen Hart. And again, it may have been.
That's probably what I'm thinking. Then that's probably. I mean, he's probably happened multiple times, but I could have sworn it was Bret Hart that did it one time that really fucked him.
The original one. I'm talking like that was 97. People don't realize that he got that first one that like almost took him out cold. Like they did not know if he was going to walk again. This was before coming out in the beer truck. This was before, he was driving through JBL's limo in a monster truck.
The one with Bret Hart was during all that.
The one with Owen Hart was before that,
Yeah.
obviously, because Owen Hart died after that. But yeah, no, I was right. You was wrong, bitch. Look it up. See if Bret Hart did it too, because I don't know. I don't remember. I know Shawn Michaels, not Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker. One time he was trying to sell a move, and he leaned back too soon, busted Austin in the chin, knocked his ass out cold in the ring for a few seconds, like straight knocked him out. Dwayne's over here Googling his side of the argument that
I'm
Bret
trying
Hart.
to find it. I mean, like I said, I could have been wrong, but I could have sworn it was fucking Bret Hart.
No, sir. Well, the one that I was talking about, the early in his career. Well, it wasn't really early in his career, but it was a lot earlier. I knew that that pile driver was from.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could have sworn. I don't know. I mean, at least I got the Hart part right. But
you win some, you lose some. It's all good. One time, me and Dewayne, this was when we had to go. It was the Friday before my wedding. We had to go pick up our tuxes, and for some reason, my wife thought it was a good idea to leave me and Dewayne unattended to do this. So we're out just trolling the city. We had to go pay a visit to the great Zach Harris to get our wigs cut before the wedding. And then me and this man went to pick our tuxes up, which is right over by the mall here in Louisville for our outside listeners. And we got to arguing about if it still had two Dillards. Well, I was arguing the location of the Dillards. He was arguing whether or not it had two. So we were both arguing two different arguments. So we stopped to see who's right and got a cookie in the process. And we're late to my rehearsal, just like we were late on wedding day.
yeah.
Oops.
Oops.
But I made it.
We made it.
Fuck them. Let it play out, bro. Who cares?
Yeah, that one just showed Bret Hart doing it, but oh well. I was
The
wrong.
original one was Owen.
I was wrong. I'm pretty sure Bret Hart did it too, but all right,
I'm pretty sure that they banned the suplex.
I think they banned it the way he did it.
The
I think you had to start going back down to your knees.
They banned a lot of the moves that we were
'cause,
familiar with.
Who was
we were
it?
Kids.
Was it Randy Orton did the FU?
No, that was
Or
John Cena.
John Cena? They took that away, or they changed the name of it.
Because when he slams you, there's no way to really protect yourself. You pretty much have no other option but to land on your head and neck. I think
they changed the name of it or something.
The FU was just a renamed version of another stunt. I can't remember the actual name of the stunt, but the way they toss you, you have no protection. You can't roll to your shoulders or something like that. Your only option is to land on your head or your neck. So even though wrestling is fake and
shit still hurts.
Yo, you can get fucked up big time.
Because I think they took a lot away stuff. I think with like Rey Mysterio, when he used to come,
the 619.
No, well,
where he would swing through the ropes and kick you in the fucking
when
face.
His entrance. I
think,
when
they would throw him up.
Yeah, they quit doing that too.
Well, again though, Rey Mysterio's up in age a little bit too, so that may very well have been. Hey, I'm 43 years old. I don't need to be doing that shit no more. Maybe. But coming next month, straight out of the backyard of the $1 Million Dream $20 Budget Podcast, $20 Budget Studios, GHB Backyard Wrestling, folks. Come on down.
That shit was fun, man.
Watch me power bomb Dewayne through a picnic table.
Get on a trampoline and do all that shit.
Fuck yeah.
Shit was fun.
Mm-hmm. The glory days, man. The glory days. Before the steroid epidemic hit baseball, before Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, and Barry Bonds all ruined a generation of baseball fans. Times were good. The 90s were a very weird time. I will say that. The 90s were a weird time, dude. Grunge music.
Greatest decade ever.
Oh, I'm not hating on it by any means. I think the 90s were fucking awesome.
I'm not just saying it because I was a 90s
Pogs
kid.
And Tamagotchis.
Even though I wouldn't mind growing, like, living through, like, the 70s and 80s.
Shit.
That'd be kind of
I wouldn't have survived.
But, you know, the 90s. 90s best decade.
I would have died.
Tamagotchis and shit, man. I never played with Pogs too much.
Slap bracelets were awesome. The real slap bracelets,
Yeah.
not these new ones. Back in our day, the new ones are like rubberized shit. Back in our day, you put 50 cent in a machine, you got a slap bracelet that was steel. And if you did
Man.
that shit wrong, you would
That shit
unintentionally
hurt.
commit suicide.
That shit hurt if you didn't do it right.
The world is getting soft.
Slinkies.
Real slinkies, not them plastic ones.
Yeah, but as soon as you
You can
fucked
still
up them,
buy real slinkies.
but as
though.
soon as you fucked up the
Oh,
metal
it
ones,
was
man, you
over,
had to get a
dude.
new one.
It was over.
That was the worst. It always got on
Luckily,
my
they
nerves.
were like $1.50
Yeah.
back then.
It always got on my nerves. As soon as you fuck it up, you see that little crink, and you're just like, "Damn."
Good night, sweetheart. Well,
I loved it because I
time
grew up in an
to
apartment, a little
go.
townhome, had stairs. So, oh man, going down the stairs and fucking clothes hampers and shit too.
Man, hey, one
Being
time,
a kid,
me and Troy, I don't remember if I've ever told this story on the podcast before, but we weren't afraid of shit in the 90s. And I spent a lot of time hanging out with my cousin Troy in the 90s,
shout out
growing
Troy.
up,
Miss you, bro.
who was also the best man at my wedding. Now, he's a good bit older than me, obviously, but, you know, I always got along tremendously with him. One time, we filled up the dryer with, like, a bunch of towels and shit, and I climbed in it, and he held the button to get it spinning while it was going, and I'm in that motherfucker, thong. He's like, okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Yeah, we slid down the stairs. What did we do? We took a piece of cardboard. Oh, and my Aunt Carol got mad at us. Got mad at him, not me, obviously. He was in his early 20s at the time, and, you know, I was 6, 7 years old. So he was obviously supposed to be looking out for my better interest, but he was looking out for the interest of a kid having a fun-filled childhood. So he took this big piece of cardboard and put like blankets in a sleeping bag at the end of the stairs, just rode down the basement stairs. Oh, man, we had some good times. We did some cool shit back then. You act like I won't sit my kid on some fucking cardboard and let him slide down the goddamn stairs. Child abuse my ass. It's called fun. And then there was a time I tried to ride a little Tykes tractor down the basement stairs, and at my parents, the sides were exposed, so I just kind of fell off onto the concrete. That wasn't great.
I went down basement stairs in my walker. Shows you who wasn't paying attention to me. My mom's like,
a lot,
my mom's
Dewayne.
like, we thought the basement door was open because it was at my grandparents' house, and they used to have a bar that separated the kitchen from the living room. So, you know, you
Yeah.
being a little kid in a walker, you can't see over the bar and see where I'm at.
No.
So apparently they were just sitting there, and all of a sudden they just hear me start going down the steps in my walker.
In his walker.
I survived.
He survived.
I also had a table fall on me and cut the end of my finger off too, tip of my finger, when I was like 2. I was a neglected child.
God. Well, Dewayne's mama, if you listen to this, we've got some questions that we would like to ask you. I texted the fat lady
Dad,
earlier.
if you listen to this, call me about it.
I texted the fat lady earlier. I said, "You want to be on the podcast?" She's like, "I'm not driving out there today." I'm like, "I'll just call you." She's like, "No, I don't want to be on your podcast." So I was trying to give the listeners a chance to hear from the lady that raised the obscene and outlandish Jake LaMaster. She ain't want no part of it. She's embarrassed. She listened to our skit. It's kind of explicit, isn't it?
I call my dad. I don't know if my dad would want to do it.
Yeah, it is.
He might.
You want to call Joey?
We can try calling him. Why
You got
not?
any more stories to tell
I was
from your
gonna.
childhood? Tell another childhood story while I go pee-pee. I've had way too many energy drinks today.
Dude, that's all you do is drink energy drinks. Why you got honey? Is that honey still up here from last time?
Yep.
Oh.
I'll be back.
I don't know any more childhood memories though. I'm trying to talk to the people. You yelling at me? Hurry up, pee. It's a 2-man show, not a 1-man show. Shit. It's gonna be awkward. I hate being left alone. As y'all can tell, I don't do very well being left alone. I'm a shy person sometimes. Especially talking into a mic by myself. It's kind of awkward, not gonna lie. Hey, I'm gonna try and call Joey. I'm gonna see if he'll answer. Bet you he doesn't, Joey. You better answer. Find his name. Here we go. Calling Joey. I don't do well being left alone. It's weird.
Fuck it. Let his voicemail go through and give his goddamn number out. Fuck him.
I ain't gonna do all that.
I will. Hand me your phone so you can't hang up. Holy
Hey.
shit!
Oh fuck! He answered.
Joey. Joseph?
Say hi, Joey.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Kinda.
I'm across the room.
We are doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. We've been searching for you, and I left Dewayne alone, and he got nervous, and he
I was like, I'm gonna call Joe. Well, we mentioned calling you before he went to go pee pee.
You need to back up because I've got your.
Oh, you got the mic
to
turned
pick
up.
him up.
Oh,
Not that far back. Damn.
my bad. I was just turning backing up.
So Joey, how are you, buddy?
Doing okay. Trying to find something to eat.
Are you at work?
Well, yeah.
Are you eating CBD gummies? Is that what you're looking for?
You know, they got some CBD caramels they gave us. Pretty sweet.
When are you coming to do another show, buddy?
I don't know.
I mean,
I can't stay on the same path of a schedule, so I can't make a surprise show up.
we do them. Well, nobody else comes, so we just kind of do
Do
them
it.
in the mornings.
Yeah, it makes it easier for us.
We did one last week with Zach. And I even told you we were doing one last week with Zach at the normal time. Where was the surprise show up? You weren't here, and it made me want to throw up.
Did you like that skit though?
Yeah, it was fun.
You know, I took a lot of work, man. It was all in good fun. We just miss you, pal.
I liked it until you called me fat in the very beginning.
Wait a
That was actually an add-in. That wasn't even the original part. When I was recording, he just did it, and he's like, "Fuck, we're keeping it."
I was doing ad libs in the background, like the "Listen to me," and then it just came out, man. I apologize. I'm not trying to. We had a whole thing earlier in the show about how if you call a chick fat, it's fat shaming, but if you call a guy fat, he's just fat. So I fat shamed you last week and then had that conversation. So my bad. You still on the weight loss trail though?
I'm still on what?
Are you still on the weight loss trail?
Oh, God, no.
Well,
I'm
dude.
fat as fuck.
I'm getting pudgy again.
Yeah.
I can't say nothing.
Dwayne's got titties. They're starting to
Better time,
sag
man.
too. He's getting old, so his tits are starting to sag.
No, he's developing that dad bod.
Yeah, I got my fat burners again to get ready. I ain't took them yet, obviously.
I just take a hearty shit and drop 5 pounds. Holy shit, Joey answered a motherfucking phone
Took him a
call.
while though, but he
God
answered.
bless. I told Dwayne that if he doesn't answer, just let it go through, and we're going to give your number out on the podcast. We're going to have motherfuckers from Great Britain and shit calling you. Hey, this is episode 19 of, so it's episode 9 of season 2. We've got one more episode on this season, and then we start season 3 next week.
Are we taking a week off?
Yeah, we're taking a week off. So
3
we
weeks.
start season 3 in 3 weeks. Are you going to be here for season 3, man?
I don't think he heard you.
Chirp, 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 chirp. Are you going to be here for season 3, Joey?
Possibly. Nobody knows.
You know.
You know. You
I don't
know?
Nobody knows.
How are
I
things,
might
though?
show up in the middle of a podcast one day. You don't know me.
Yeah, but what happened to our pact? If you start a season, you got to finish a season. Who's the first one that broke that? Joey.
I didn't break anything, man. I'm still here.
He broke a scale.
Takes you 3 days to text back.
Joke's on you. I don't even use skills.
He can't find one that don't give him the proper weight.
One time, this man told me, he said I stepped on the scale. It beeped real loud. That motherfucker was surprised. I was like, damn, man. Come on, Joey. I was proud of you, bro. You were shedding pounds like nothing.
Yeah.
Where are you looking for something to eat at?
I don't know.
So in other words, you just have no clue where you're.
He's neglecting his job to just drive around and find something.
Yeah. Do they still listen to our show?
I wouldn't say that, but
Why
I
didn't
might be doing that. I can't confirm nor deny.
They still listen to the show?
He's pleading the fifth.
Yeah.
Even though you ain't on it, they still listen?
Oh, yeah.
They say anything to you about the skit last week then?
I still play it when I'm working. I play it all loud and stuff.
I've picked up the obscenity levels in my department. Pretty sure I talked about poking somebody in the back of the throat with my pecker a few weeks ago. Why didn't you call me and Dewayne to see if we wanted to have lunch? We like lunch.
You know, I'm telling you, I thought about it, and then Dewayne called. It was kind of weird.
That's that GHB sense tingling. Well, is there anything that you'd like to talk about while you're on the show?
Nope.
Damn.
No.
Well,
I'm in the process of pulling in the Chewies.
how do you
I
feel?
ain't had choosing a while.
How do you feel about them for sure doing Space Jam 2 with LeBron? I went on a huge rant about that earlier in the show too, because fuck LeBron, you're
I
not
don't like
Jordan. I said that LeBron.
I don't
is
like
the,
LeBron, though.
I said that LeBron is Jordan's biggest dick rider. How can I be more
can
like
see it.
Mike? Let's do the same movie he did, just worse, because it's never going to be as good as the original.
Right.
Well, big guy, we won't keep you. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy life to actually talk to your gang and accept our phone call.
Oh, nice.
Hey, I'll send you a video of the nursery too.
I'll
show
send
you
you a
how-
video of me
Show you how that's
jacking
coming
off.
along. It's Lion King themed.
Oh, gosh.
I
Hey, I
was-
saw a white tiger puzzle the other day. I almost bought it.
in
Should've.
memory of
Yeah.
Dewayne.
Yeah, memory of you. He's gonna put it together, take a picture. Good thought of you, buddy.
Sorry.
You would have touched me.
Hey, I should have Bub's baseball schedule in a couple weeks. I'll send it to you when I get it.
All right.
All right, G. Well, figure out if you're going to be here for season 3 so me and Dewayne know when to start scheduling the shows.
All right, I will. Everything should be wrapping up soon.
We miss you.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I don't miss you, because y'all call me fat and break scales and shit.
Did a whole mixtape on Joey.
Dude, we were talking about that. I'm like, one of two things is going to happen. Either he's going to be flat the fuck out pissed, or he's going to be like, yo, I can't even be mad because that took a lot of work.
Nah, it was funny. I sat there and laughed. Everybody's like, I think they miss you.
Well, yeah. What'd you think about Dewayne breaking it out on the old was it Journey? No, it was
Foreigner.
Foreigner. On the old Foreigner song. Since you quit the gang life. I don't think you did too bad, man.
It was worth it. It touched my soul.
Well, we just miss you, fella. All right, well,
We'll let you go
we'll
eat
let
some
you
lunch.
eat, and we're going to get back to this podcast.
All right, fellas.
All right, man.
Bye,
I'll
Joey.
talk to you.
Peace. Holy
Wow.
shit.
He answered.
My God, listeners, we have located Joey. He is at Chewy's
Turn me
right
back
off of
down.
Shelbyville Road. I did, sir. I might have turned you back down a little too much. But, yeah, I had to boost that up so we could hear him. I'm going to have some editing to do on this one for sure.
My bad.
No, it's not your fault. No, I mean as far as making sure that you can hear him.
Oh, yeah.
We heard from Joey, the big guy Crawford, for the first time in, God, over 10 shows.
I mean, he did, yeah.
The last time
did actually text us back this morning, though.
the last time we heard from Joey was on like episode 8, Justin's first show.
Yeah.
So it has been 11 shows since we heard from Joseph Crawford. So shout out to the big guy. Go find him at SteadyMobbin502 on Twitter or Joe Man on Instagram. Send him some love, listeners. Let him know that you want him back. I want you back.
Oh, dude. So
what?
So I put that vinyl player in the baby room, right? Well, it's got a cassette player. It's one of those like 5-in-1, so I got a cassette player and shit in it. Found my dad's old cassettes, bro. That he gave me.
Shit.
Talk about another memory.
Got anything good?
I mean, he's got some solid ones on. He's got some Motley Crue, some Kiss, Bon Jovi. A couple of them ain't too good, but he's got ZZ Top one on here.
What about Public Enemy?
No,
NWA?
he don't have none of that stuff, bro. My dad wasn't a hip hop guy.
God, no classics to you, nothing to me.
He's got like like I said, Rat, Ozzy, Jackal.
Rat sucked.
I wasn't a big fan of Rat either. He used to have more, but he said a lot of them got stolen. But this is what he gave me, so I kept them.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad.
So I got another topic that I want to talk about.
What?
It's kind of funny to me because I think this is really, really ridiculous. So we talked about that whole.
I'm gonna cut the segment out of Joey on the phone and put it at the beginning of it.
So we talked about that whole Covington Catholic thing a few weeks ago.
We did.
So apparently, the lawyers for the family of the teenager.
What does he need lawyers for? You watch the whole video.
Lawyers
and you
for the family of
Native
Nicholas
Americans
Sandman have filed a lawsuit against the Washington Post.
Okay.
Seeking $250 million in both compensatory and punitive damages.
Yo, that kid got fucking terrorized. And then the full video came out, and you realize that Native American guy is the one that walked up to him and started the shit.
They did an investigation.
So fuck that dude.
Yeah, because a couple weeks ago, they said they did an investigation into it and that they had nothing to do to start it.
Hey, fuck that.
But
fuck that guy.
It says that the lawsuit claims that the Post wrongfully targeted and bullied Nicholas because he was the white Catholic student wearing a red Make America Great Again souvenir cap on a school field trip.
And what was his name? Nathan Phillips.
And the lawsuit adds that the Post engaged in a modern-day form of McCarthyism. I'm sitting there but I get it. They didn't tarnish his name, tarnish his family's name because of that shit, blah, blah, blah. I get it.
Yeah, and then here's the fun part.
$250 million,
all right, now
though?
That's a bit extensive, but they shit all over that kid, and now the Washington Post is having to eat their words because all this true shit starts coming out, the real video, and then you hear the background of Nathan Phillips. He's a fucking race baiter.
Yeah.
All he is, he's a fucking troublemaker.
I just thought that was crazy.
Fuck him. At first, and I was quick to jump to conclusions. When I first saw it, I was like, yo, man, fuck this little brat-ass kid.
I'm all for suing the Post because they tarnished your name, but
I think the best they'll get is
obscene amount like that. No, that's ridiculous. Like,
I think the best they'll get is a suit for slander.
It comes back to stuff we talked about. Money can't compensate for certain things. Money doesn't fix every problem.
In the words of a wise man.
So you just want to get
money can't buy me love.
You just want to get filthy rich where you ain't got to worry about anything. Like, just because of that. Like, I get they tarnished your name, blah, 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 but still. Like, the investigation came back that the kid didn't start anything. So that should, So if anybody still wants to hate on you, that's on them because you got cleared of everything.
They were talking about wrong. That Nathan Phillips guy's arrest record come out. People are like, oh, you mean he was a kid just being a kid? Well, doing the math of it, his later 2 or 3 arrests were from the age of 24 to 28. That's not exactly a kid being a kid anymore. That's an adult making stupid fucking decisions.
Yeah. And they said there might be more lawsuits to follow.
I mean, hey.
But, I just thought I seen it and figured talk about it.
Once you start reading into his background of shit, there's been several instances where he's been involved with shit like that, and he's always the victim. Nah, buddy boy, it's a new day and age, motherfucker. Yeah, you look like the victim when that first video came out. And I'll even say that I jumped to the conclusion. I was like, yo, fuck this kid for fucking with this old Native American fella just trying to do his thug thizzle. But then you find out that the old Native American fella is just pretty much a piece of shit. So we'll say it loud and proud right here on the $1 Million Dream $20 Budget Podcast. Mr. Nathan Phillips, fuck you, sir. Bitch. And now we go to a silence break.
There was a long enough one when you went to go pee-pee.
Oh, was there?
I tried to talk, man. Like I said, it just gets awkward when it's just me in here.
It's not a one
Having-
man.
having-
I'm a one man wolf pack.
Having to, you can't have a show going on with just one person, man. It's too
Yeah, you
boring.
can. You just got to be entertaining. I'm fucking sleepy. I don't know why. I'm the only person that I know. I think there's something wrong with me. When the day after my wedding, we were driving to, I was exhausted. Didn't sleep the night before the wedding because we were up here dicking off in the studio. Didn't really get much sleep the night of the wedding before we left.
Yeah.
I drank one of those.
5-hour energy.
No, it was like the 5-hour what the fuck is it called? That big one that's like 1,200 milligrams of caffeine. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I can think
where
of
it's
it.
like only take one serving. Well, I drank the whole thing, and I had to wake Kelsey up. I'm like, you got to drive for a little bit. I'm the only person that I know that can take in that much caffeine and then sleep for 2 fucking hours
Dude,
like a baby.
I had to do that. I think on our way to our honeymoon, I think at one point I dozed off and caught myself drifting. So I was like, look, I had to wake her up. I'm like, you got to drive.
Yeah, I mean, she drove for like 2 hours.
Because I was hungover, twisted my ankle the night before, so my ankle was fucking
I was
killing
sober.
me. And yeah,
But that's what happens when you're sober. I was just tired.
It wasn't a fun, 13-hour drive with a sprained
Mine was only
ankle.
10.
It hurt. It was my driving foot at that.
Oh, shit. What else you got, Dewayne?
That's all I have. Unless I go back to a couple weeks, I seen this big ass drug bust that was pretty crazy. Let me find it.
Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad,
This shit was
okay?
ridiculous if I can find it. Did you see a dude he's getting all kinds of press for that dude that killed that mountain lion? Did you see that shit?
Yo, did you see the way that chick in that press conference was staring at him? Like, he killed a mountain lion with his bare hands. Let me suck that dick. She had that I'm gonna suck your dick look going on. That's pretty badass, though, man. We talked about that. Like, that's fucking hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Killed a motherfucking mountain
I'll
lion
delete it.
with bare hands. Go try to strangle your house cat with bare hands and let me know how that worked. Well, I don't
Don't do that.
support pet cruelty. I do not support pet cruelty.
I don't know where this is at.
Dewayne is out here digging through his phone looking for random things to talk about because
No, I had it, and
we're out of
I-
things to talk about.
I screenshotted it to talk about it a while back, and then I forgot about it because we started going on somewhere else. But I don't know where it went.
He don't know.
I guess I deleted it.
Where did it go?
This was like a big ass drug, but here it is.
Here it is.
More than 250 pounds of the synthetic opioid, which is 80 to 100 times stronger than morphine.
Fentanyl.
Yeah, it's largest fentanyl bust. Yeah, I should have read that part
Did you
first.
see where that junkie lady
was found inside
Oh,
a
we'll get to
truck
that.
carrying Mexican produce, dude.
Sweet.
It said largest fentanyl bust at U.S. border could have killed nearly 56 million people.
God damn. Did you see where that junkie lady, her daughter was about to go into surgery. She was in incredible pain, so they had her on a bag of fentanyl.
Oh, and then
this bitch stole her
Yeah.
own kid's medicine. How fucked up do you have to be
in the hospital.
in the hospital and then sit there with it in your bag? Did you see the bitch, though? She's a weathered up dopehead lady. Like, that's fucked up. You're going to steal the medicine that your kid needs because they're in excruciating pain.
Yeah,
Fuck that lady, too.
it's ridiculous, man. All these motherfucking drug heads.
We might start a new segment, the fuck yous of the week. Just a bunch of people that are like, fuck you, fuck this person, fuck that person. So far this week, we've got the lady that stole her daughter's fentanyl and that Native American fella, Nathan Phillips, for being a prick.
All you gotta do is go to Walmart and you can find somebody.
We can find a fuck you of the week at Walmart. I
Well,
need to
the
go to
radio
Walmart
radio does a little segment called DA of the Day,
Donkey of the day.
and
That's Charlemagne's.
well, I think it's for dumbass of the day.
Oh, well, I was thinking
It's on my country station,
Hot
bro.
97.
And but yeah, so I can't remember half of them, but they got some dumbasses on there. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, they do. They do. So we'll have to come up with something more original. Maybe we'll start debuting a new song every couple weeks or something, because I'm rounding up the completion of my latest project. Uh-oh. because
You can never run out of songs.
those of you who know me know that I'm a music man. And I've been working on some lucrative things lately. I'm not going to put the name of the company out there. But we're going to see how it goes. So in the process of that, they wanted my latest project. So I'm putting finishing touches on it now. Got some bangers on that.
How much more you got left?
The album itself is done, but they wanted me to go back and rework some things just to show, like, okay, you know, we know this was the site that you had for it. We know this was what you wanted on it. Now go back and remix it and remaster. Well, remix it, do a new mix to it, you know, change some things around, see if you can give a secondary view on it. So I'm just, technically speaking, the album is done. Like, it's finished. All the songs, the way I saw them in my head and the way I heard the songs in my head is done.
Yeah.
I'm just going back now as part of, you know, I guess my tryout, even though I've been trying out here and there for this company for years. I put together some good things for them. Hint, hint. Give me a lot of money. Not even a lot of money. Just give me a fair deal. That's all I'm asking. Don't pay me what I am worth. But so really I'm just going back doing second mixes on things, kind of changing the sound around a little bit. Different layers, different effects on different layers, just changing the sound of it. People don't realize like how much mixing goes into songs, and the example that I always go to is Bad. Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm bad. I'm bad. That song alone had 92 different mixes.
Really?
And they settled for the second one they made.
Oh, wow.
So by the time you hear a song, I'm already sick of it. Well, maybe not you, because I'll send you like, man, I just...
Yeah, you send me bits and pieces, though.
And then, but by the time the completed product is done, like finished, signed off on, here it is, product's done, I'm not working on it anymore, I'm already sick of it. Because I've sat here and re-listened to verse after verse after verse after song after song after song, changing this, voluming that, leveling that, adding this, taking away that. So I get sick of it before people even hear it. So by the time I come out with a fucking album, I don't ever listen to it again.
Yeah.
I've walked in, I remember when my very first album came out in stores, I went and I bought a copy of it. I think all artists do that, though. I think I can't think, because I can remember watching like MTV docs on Eminem and shit. He would walk into the store and buy a copy of his own CD.
Yeah.
So I think all artists buy a copy of their own album when it comes out. So I went and bought a copy of my first album when it came out. And I'm like, man, I felt so hyped because here it is. I'm holding this CD in my hand with my white ass face on the cover. Like, yo, I thought I'd made it. I thought I'd like made it. I'm like, motherfucker, looking up at the wall of Ear Ecstasy with a poster of myself of the album cover up on the wall. Me and my boy Batman, we thought we had fucking made it. We had spent months working on this album. He actually had to make me sign a piece of paper saying I was done working on it because I kept changing, kept doing things, which I'm a perfectionist, so I tend to do that. But I thought I made it, man. I'm like, fuck yeah. I had my album in 2 different mom and pop record stores here locally. Had a little write-up in the Leo, which the Leo is a free little magazine here in Louisville. I'll have to show you the article. I've got it somewhere. It was pretty cool. So I thought I had made it, and I popped it in, listening to it on the way back to the house. And I'm like, fuck, man, I could change this. I could change that. I would do this differently. So ever since that, the moral of that story, ever since that, every time I walk into a store and buy my own album, I never listen to it again. Once the album is finished and it's done, I never listen to it again. Ever. And at that time, I was like 18, so, you know, I was performing it. So I had to listen to it so I could remember the words. But if you looked at the track list for that album, wherever it is, it's up on the shelf up there somewhere. Yeah. I still have the back for that chair too, right there. If you ask me to go back and recite the words to that to any one of those songs in that first album, I couldn't tell you a one of them. I haven't performed those songs in close to 10 years now. I haven't listened to that album since it came out.
Yeah.
So all of my old shit, if I hear it, I can pick up on it. But yeah, once I'm done with a project, I never listen to it again. Because I'm like, man, I learned new tricks or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I bet you if I was to do that or da change that around. So yeah, moral of the story, I don't listen to my own music. But maybe we could do something like that, you know?
It's understandable, though. You sit there and listen to it 100, 200 times.
Debut some new Jake LaMaster originals. We could. I got a banger about Kentucky. Oh, man, we might throw that in this week's show.
Could.
My bluegrass home. I got bored with making hip-hop music. I made hip-hop my whole life.
You try to be like Kid Rock.
No, not really.
Kid Rock got a greatest hits album out. R.I.P.
That's how you know someone's career is done. Man, I
don't know because Eminem did that shit with Curtain Call.
And his career has pretty much been done. I don't know. Recovery was solid, and then Kamikaze was good-ish. I don't think it was his best, but I seen some shit yesterday for like the 19th time. Kiss's final last time forever tour.
Yeah.
How many times has it been Kiss's last tour?
Everybody does that though, man.
Somebody just needs to take their bus away. God bless. They've been living off rock and roll all night.
Did you see fucking
party every day?
Adam Lambert is doing the performance with Queen.
Do you know how fucking much it sounded like you crawled out from under a rock on that? Adam Lambert.
Yeah. What?
What?
He's doing the performance with Queen at something or another.
First off, who the fuck is Adam Lambert?
Never heard of Adam Lambert? He's got like one song out that most people know. Let me find it.
There's my first question of all this.
I'm pretty sure you've heard the song before.
Who's Adam Lambert?
I don't fucking know.
Talking
He's
to your
an artist,
microphone.
bro. He's an artist, bro. That's all I know. He's a music guy.
I gotta poop.
That's what he looks like.
Oh yeah. He won one of those shows.
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me? Was
Yeah.
that one? Yeah. I didn't know the guy's name. He won one of those game shows like American Idol or something, didn't he? Or America's Got Talent.
I'm not sure.
I'm almost positive he did. Google it.
No, he didn't win the Idol competition.
I thought he won one of those singing competitions.
He was in it, but he didn't win it.
In it, but didn't win it. The winners never do anything. Where's Ruben Studders at nowadays?
Man, who's the other one?
Kelly Clarkson got fat.
The gay one. Clay Aiken.
I thought he came in second to Ruben.
Did he? Oh, he did.
And
but
he had more of a lucrative career than Ruben did.
Ruben just had that Sorry for 2004 or something.
I'm sorry for most of the 2010s.
But, I mean, the only one that's really done anything, I would say, would be Carrie Underwood.
I'm not sorry for it. No, what's her name? The fat one.
Kelly Clarkson did something for a while. But
she had a good run.
But Carrie Underwood's still going. Solid as hell, though.
I don't know who that is.
Carrie Underwood, she's high as hell.
Doesn't ring a ding a bell.
Seriously?
Nope.
I mean, well, she's a country artist, so you wouldn't know, I guess. But, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, buddy.
What up? But, so, I don't know. But, yeah, I seen that, and I'm sitting there like, just stop. You already had Bohemian Rhapsody come out.
You know,
dude did a solid.
People are fucking pissed about that movie.
Dude did a solid Freddie Mercury performance.
You know what's fucked up is he was like, when he first got to party, he's like, I think I'm gonna take this character in a different direction. How stupid! It's a biopic.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, you can't exactly take that in a different direction, dumbass.
But he did a fantastic thing with that movie.
I ain't mad at it.
It is a great movie.
I'm not mad. I actually haven't seen it, so I don't know. I think Marshall Mathers did a great job playing B. Rabbit in 8 Mile. I think Marshall did a good job playing a young Eminem.
But that wasn't a biopic.
I think he nailed that character.
Yeah, because it's pretty much his life.
I think Curtis Jackson really
Get Rich or Die Trying.
really nailed that young Caesar character too. I don't know why.
I only watched that movie one time.
Yo, that movie's fucking hardcore, dude. I love that movie.
It's a good movie. I only watched it once.
Notorious was good.
I never did watch Notorious.
I did. It was good. It was good.
I tried watching that new Tupac movie.
You know,
All Eyes on Me. I
couldn't.
couldn't.
You know, Pac's got a new album coming out.
Really?
Yeah. His family, it was last year, they were in his long fought lawsuit to get the rights to the masters of his unreleased shit because it was still assuming being held by Death Row.
He's got a shit ton of unreleased stuff. I know that.
So they said a lot of what Pac did, like he would go in and record the lyrics and just let a producer produce the track around it.
Yeah.
Kind of like, did you ever hear that song with Tupac and Biggie called "Runnin'"?
Yeah, I love that song.
It was
Song's
two
solid
unreleased verses from Pac and Biggie, obviously, and then Eminem is the one that produced that record.
Because didn't they use that for the Resurrection documentary or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Well, Eminem produced that entire soundtrack.
Yeah.
So he did is, he took the verses. Obviously the verses had to have similar melodies or it wouldn't work at all because you'd have to completely change the beat. But he took the two unreleased verses from Big and Pac and he built this instrumental around it.
Mm-hmm.
And that song was fucking solid.
I liked it.
So assuming since Pac's family finally won the rights to his unreleased masters, they found a producer and they got them to finish the songs. So
you know who's doing it?
No, I haven't heard anything about it. I'm hoping it's not one of these new producers. I'm hoping they were smart about it.
Find like an older guy that actually knows.
Give me some Dre production, even Eminem production, because M did a solid job with that Resurrection.
Yeah.
I hope they don't find one of the new hot young producers.
It was a solid documentary.
That gonna make it all trappy and crappy and things like that. I hope they, which I mean, all the old ones, Dre's and the Eminems, and even give me. Well, I don't know because that was more East Coast. But I hope they found
somebody that
of the time producer.
Yeah. That way you get that good feel for it.
Even somebody like DJ Premier or Eric Sermon, somebody like that, somebody that would do it justice. Like I don't want to hear Pac rapping over a DJ Mustard beat or something like that. Even Alchemist I think would do a good job with it. But no, I haven't heard who is the producer of it yet.
'Cause I heard he's got so much shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, for God's sakes,
can
look
go
how
for
much he
years.
already released after his death. But there hasn't been one, I don't believe, anything new since the Resurrection one.
Yeah, I don't think that's been a while.
But again,
was it like 2003 or something?
3 or 4. But again, his family just won the rights to his shit. So
Trying to find it.
that's one thing that I can say. If there's any up and coming artists that listen to our show, always, if you sign a contract, make sure you have the rights to your masters. Because if not, and you in that label,
2003.
Was it 3? Good job, Dewayne. You knew something about hip hop culture that I didn't.
I remember watching it. I was actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, just always make sure you have the rights to your masters, please. Don't let a major label have the rights to your masters because you will get fucked on that deal. Pennies on the dollar,
Did
kids.
you see,
Stay away from major labels.
It's that shit where Ice Cube called out Cardi B. Fucking, because she won
Artist of the Year or some shit.
And for rap. And he was like,
Ooh.
That's not rap music. Basically called her out, said, that's not rap music.
No.
Like, she doesn't deserve that because that's not rap.
I love hip hop music. I love everything about hip hop music, from all of it. What is out today is not hip hop. I said a line in a song one time. I said, I've been busy pissing time away, rhyming away to find a way to solidify my name as an MC in a rapper's game. And my little cousin, when he heard it, he's like, an MC and a rapper are the same thing. In essence, kind of. But there is a difference in an MC and a rapper.
Yeah.
There is a difference in hip-hop and rap. Just because you can rap does not mean that you are a hip-hop artist. Or just because you can rap, that does not make you an MC. An MC pays attention to the meaning. Hip-hop doesn't doesn't actually refer to the music itself. Hip hop is an overview. There's 4 elements of hip hop: emceeing, DJing, breakdancing, or b-boying, and graffiti. Hip hop isn't just the music. The music is an element of what hip hop is overall. Most people don't know that. Learn your facts, kiddos, because hip hop is more than just being a rapper. Bitches. Know your facts. I'm a 28-year-old white guy, and Dewayne can contest that I get mad respect from the old school G's of hip hop because of my knowledge. So if you want to test me on it, come talk to us. Come sit down. I got a chair and a mic for you.
Debate him.
And I will make you look foolish.
Debate him.
Bitches. I know my shit, man. I know my hip hop. I might not be real smart, but I know my music, bro. Well, D-Wizzle, we are at 85 minutes. We've been kind of on a boring rant for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You want to wrap her up?
Go check us out on the Twitter.
At the official GHB.
The Instagram.
At the official GHB.
The Facebook.
GHB Podcast.
iHeartRadio.
Check them out. GHB.
Spotify.
Same thing. $1 Million Dream. $20 budget.
Email.
The official GHB at gmail.com.
iTunes and all platforms.
All just search GHB or search $1 Million Dream, $20 budget.
We still waiting on the selfies.
I still haven't checked the email in like a week and a half.
And still tell one person about the podcast.
Always tell someone about the show.
Whether you like it or not, they may like it. Everybody's
Hey.
got different taste.
I don't have a problem plugging people. I don't have a problem, like I plugged my boys over at the Speaking Easy podcast earlier. We've plugged the boys over at the Fall City podcast.
The Baba.
The barber man himself, Zachary Harris. At least I think his name
You
is
ain't got a
Zachary. It
problem.
might just be Zach.
We'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, we spread love. So spread love for us, bitches.
And I think that about does it.
All right, y'all. Oh, yeah. And shout out to the United Kingdom. Man, they are hitting us with mad plays every single week. So somebody from the UK, talk to us. Hit the email, the Twitter, the Instagram. Bye.